box set opening, product review. Today we're doing Hail Caesar Imperial Roman Legionaries with a Scorpion. There's 20 guys inside. I have not opened this. I've always been a big Roman fan, Roman legions, and it's been years I've been wanting to get something, and I just figured let's get some Warlord games, get some Romans, just paint them up. Don't really want to play, don't necessarily need to play because there's no one in the area that does, and I'm not going to try and get people to start playing because not a lot of people just are into ancients. But this is Hail Caesars from Warlord Games, like I said, and we got our 20 pieces here, 20 guys. Let's open this up, see what's inside. Alright, make sure I got everything in the box. Alright, so here we go. We've got 3 sprues and some decals, some transfers, shield transfers. So we'll get a close-up of these like I always do. But you can see you got a bunch of them. It's upside down or whatever. So enough for all your units, and then for some of your other guys there. Alright. So we know the drill. We'll look at it. Look at for any flash, any maybe some complicated things, some interesting. See if there's any interesting design choices. This looks like the command sprue. We got a little standard musician, a little champion. Decent number of heads. Well, obviously you're gonna have enough heads, but head choices, injured and whatnot. And we got some shields with damage on them, which is pretty nifty. I'm very bad with the names of the troops, but you got a Centurion helmet and Vexilla maybe. If I get names wrong, please just be okay with that. I'm not really that great with the names so far. I just really like Legionnaires. That's it. I don't see a whole lot of mold lines on them so far, even like on the legs and things. Looks like a good plastic kit. It's not bones plastic. It's very similar to GW. It's not quite GW standard, but it's pretty decent. Now we have some troopers, or legionnaires. Basically the same type of thing. There's really no choices in weaponry. You know, you have your gladius and maybe a pilum. You know, the spear that they throw, or javelin that they throw and it breaks. And then the shields. Not a whole lot of choices, which is fine, because really, Legionnaires will really only arm certain ways. You can't make this into a testudo, but they have a testudo model if you want to get it. It's $40. I almost got it because it looks kind of cool, but if I'm just painting dudes. And then here's a round circular shields, a couple round circular shields, which will go with the decals that have. Hopefully that bright light isn't reflecting too much. And here we go with the Scorpion. Now the Scorpion is their kind of ballista type weapon. It's their artillery support. I have not looked at the army building rules for Hail Caesar. I do have the book. The nice thing about when I bought the book was it had a sale, and Warlord Games is great. Because not only did the book come with a special edition miniature, which I'll be showing here in a little bit too, or at least an exclusive comes with the book if you mail it from their online store. But then when you bought the book at the time, you got a free box. So this is my free box. So this is like a $40 box. It's about that, and the book's $40. So basically, I got a $40. I got the rule book for the models, even though it's kind of the other way around. I don't know if they still have that deal, but it's pretty good. But again, I'm not seeing a whole lot of mold lines on. A little bit, not too bad. On the coral part, not coral part, the bow part of the scorpion. Yeah, there's a little bit on some of the smaller stuff, but yeah, not too bad. The dudes are uh, not too bad on there. Not there's no flash in between the stuff, or very, very, very little. There's a little bit on the javelin head there. Nothing too bad. Well, that's pretty good. The kit, again, I think it's $35, but it comes with enough for basically a small unit and an artillery support piece. We'll get some close-ups here in just a second. So here we have the shield transfers. Now, I've read that they're kind of easy to put on, but can be a little... The tricky part is just making sure that you have the shield painted properly and cutting around where the shield boss is at. We can zoom in on what this kind of what it looks like. They all look pretty much the same, but it's kind of nice that it comes with the kit. You don't have to buy it separately. They do sell them separately, different colors. Obviously, if you want to have differentiate your units by their shield colors or symbols, because each legion had a different kind of symbol. So, pretty good. Again, you get plenty of them for your kit, and probably some practice ones in case you mess up. Yeah, that's probably what I'll need. So here we have the command sprue. Let's see. It's pretty decent. That's probably going to be Centurion there. But you can kind of see the battle damage. You know, there's a shield hole in it. So I'm sure if you're trying to put the transfer on there, you're probably going to need to do a little bit of cutting. And you can just kind of see, obviously, since they're going to be ranked up a little bit, mostly static poses. But, I mean, that's pretty much what you're going to expect when you're going to try and do something like Ancients, like Warhammer Fantasy, that the guys have to be all stacked up pretty close to base to each other. And here we have the other side. So one thing about Hail Caesar, a little bit different from other rank and file games you played Fantasy or maybe Ninth Age. You basically kind of just put your guys onto the bases, but when they never are taken off, so all your guys will always be on the field. So as you take casualties, you don't take them off, which is nice, because all the hard work you put on the walls, they get to stay on the field. You can kind of see the details behind the back of the shield. It's pretty nice too. Got a little hand gladius, the back side of the damage. And here we have the other sprue, the regular Legionnaires. There's no Centurions on this one. It's just your guys. Now, one thing I will say about this is that it's kind of hard to make the your dudes thing with this kind of kit, since it is so staticky and there's not a whole lot of options on here. They do have another kit, which hopefully I'll be reviewing soon, that is the Veterans, and I'm sure that has a bit more of customability, but here there really is none. But then again, you're not going to have a whole lot of customability in these kind of games, in the rank and file games, except for characters. Here we go with the other side. Kind of move it out of the glare. Kind of see some of the faces there. Now, Warlord Games also makes Bolt Action and Terry's Conflict, um, Conflict 47. If you want Napoleonics, they do that with black powder, and then they have Shot and Pike, which is kind of in between Hail Caesar and Napoleonics. So they make a lot of stuff, and they have a lot of metals and resins, but they're moving more into plastics, it looks like. Obviously, since we got some plastics here. And here's the final sprue with the scorpion. You can kind of just see there's the little shield. Call it a gun shield, it's not a gun. Again, I'm not really good on all the names of the parts, but there they are. Now, when I was mentioning some of the flash mold lines, kind of zoom in, and we get way out of focus. So I guess you're just going to take my word for it. But it's decent overall. I mean, I've seen a whole lot worse plastics, and you're not going to be completely without mold lines or a little bit of flash, especially if it's an older kit, which I'm not sure how old this kit is. Alright, we'll go to the last one here in a second. And here's the last part of the sprue. Again, looks like pretty easy construction. Not a whole lot of extra bits. Again, that lowers the customability, but it also just makes it easier to get it out on the field. I know some kits have, that Warlord Games has a lot of options, like some of their bolt action tanks, since the tanks have different variants, and there's just tons and tons and tons of bits. It can be a little daunting, but if you like them, you like the tanks, you will get it through it, not a problem. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to show it off is the exclusive model from the books. Alright, here is the model you get with the book if you order from the online site. It's basically the guy that's on the cover of Hail Caesar. It is some kind of tribune or some kind of character. I'm bad. I can't remember it. The thing. It's basically he's the lead centurion, like the number one. So he's not a tribune. He's a career soldier that worked his way up the ranks. But see, he's got his gladius. We got tactical rocks. If you're an Infinity fan, you know what I'm talking about. And then he's got shields. Let's see if there's anything on the back shield. I mean, I just opened this up, and yeah, he's got a little bit of design there. Lots of flash, lots of metal. Good detail though. Hopefully, you can really make it out there. The shield's got a little bit. Yeah, you got the little wreath around it. A little bit of marks on it, but overall pretty good. Got a little helmet. Let's flip it on the other side to zoom in. There you go. There's a good picture of his face growling at you. So, alright, there we are. Recommend it if you are into ancients and like your Romans. Warlord Games, again, these are pretty cheap compared to some other places. I mean, going to Games Workshop, which was always bad company to compare against because they're always pretty expensive. But I'll definitely get another one of these boxes. In fact, I already have. So I have 2 boxes of these plus some more. I kind of went a little far, but now I don't need to buy anything for a long time for Ancients. Alright, So again, Warlord Games, good stuff. They will ship from England, so if you're in the States, it'll take a little bit. I'm in the States, obviously. So go to their online store, and you should be able to get this model. If you do not get it at their online store, I'm not sure if you can get this one or not, because it does say exclusive, but sometimes you might be able to work things out. Alright guys, that's all. Just remember, you bring the wine, I'll bring the cheese.